The apartment is quiet. It's a Friday or a Sunday or an ordinary Tuesday evening, and you are alone, and somewhere under your ribs there's an ache that says this shouldn't be happening, that everyone else is together somewhere, that being by yourself is a kind of failure, a verdict on how wanted you are. So you reach for the phone, you feel the silence, you do almost anything rather than sit in the quiet with only your own company, because the quiet, lately, has started to feel less like peace and more like proof. The Stoics would draw a line here that changes everything, the line between being alone and being lonely. Alone is a fact. No one else is in the room. Lonely is a judgment. This is bad. This means something is wrong with me. I need other people to be all right. And Epictetus taught that we are disturbed, not by the fact, but by the judgment we lay over it. The empty room is neutral. What hurts is the verdict you've attached to it. A hermit can be deeply content in the same silence that makes another man frantic. Same room, same quiet, opposite experience. The difference was never the solitude. It was the story each one told about it. The first tool then is to catch and question that story. When the ache rises, notice the sentence underneath it. I'm alone, therefore something is wrong. Drag it into the light, and it falls apart. Is being alone this evening actually evidence that you're unlovable? Or is it just Tuesday, and everyone's home, and this is simply what a quiet night looks like? The Stoics were realists. They did not pretend humans don't need one another, but they refused to let a temporary, ordinary state of solitude be read as a permanent verdict on your worth. You are not alone because you failed. You are alone because right now, no one else happens to be in the room. That's all it is, until your judgment makes it more. The second tool is the one the modern world has almost entirely forgotten. Learn to be your own company. Seneca urged us to become a friend to ourselves, because he said, such a person is never truly alone. Sit with that. The reason solitude feels unbearable to so many is not that they lack other people. It's that they cannot stand the one person they can never leave. They've spent so long outrunning their own thoughts that being handed to them in silence feels like a punishment. But that relationship, the one with yourself, is the only one guaranteed to last your whole life. The Stoic spends deliberate time in it, not scrolling, not numbing, sitting, thinking, walking, writing, learning that his own mind, properly tended, is not a frightening place to be left. It is, in fact, the one home he carries everywhere. The third tool Marcus Aurelius practiced his entire reign, the retreat within. Men seek retreats for themselves, he wrote, houses in the country, on the shore, in the hills, and you long for these too. But this is the mark of the most ordinary sort of man, because at any hour you wish, you can retreat into yourself. He called it the inner citadel, a fortress of stillness you carry inside, into which no crowd is required, and from which no absence can evict you. When you have built that citadel, by practice, by facing your own thoughts, instead of fleeing them, solitude stops being exile. It becomes a door you can walk through on purpose, into the one place that is always, unconditionally yours. The fourth tool lifts the eyes past the empty room entirely. The Stoics held a vision they called sympatheia, the idea that all things are woven together, that you are not a separate speck, but a part of one vast, connected whole. Marcus reminded himself constantly that he was a citizen of the universe, bound to every other thing in it. By that light, the feeling of being utterly alone is, at the deepest level, an illusion. You are made of the same world as everyone you love and everyone you've lost. You breathe air that was in a stranger's lungs an hour ago. You are held in a web of cause and connection that does not switch off because the room is quiet. Loneliness whispers that you are cut off. Sympathia answers calmly that separation was never actually possible. And fifth, the turn that transforms the whole thing: choose solitude on purpose before it's forced on you. This is voluntary practice, the same discipline the Stoics applied to discomfort and fear. Seek out an evening alone deliberately, a walk with no phone, a meal in your own company, a morning with nothing but your own thoughts. Done by choice, solitude stops being the thing that happens to you when everyone leaves and becomes a thing you are good at, a skill, a resource, a strength. And here is the quiet reward. The person who can be content alone brings something different to every relationship. He connects out of fullness, not hunger. He is easier to love because he is not asking the people around him to rescue him from himself. So there is the discipline. Separate the fact of being alone from the verdict of being lonely. Become a friend to yourself. Build the inner citadel you can retreat into at will. Remember the web that holds you even in the quiet. And practice solitude by choice until it turns from a wound into a home. Will the ache visit again? On certain silent evenings, yes. The old sentence will try to return. This shouldn't be happening. When it does, meet it steadily. This is just a quiet room, not a verdict. I am good company for myself. And I was never as separate as the loneliness claimed. The silence stops being proof of anything. It becomes at last just silence. And then slowly, something better. Peace. You were not made only for crowds. You were also made to be able to sit, whole and unafraid, in your own company. And the day you learn that is the day being alone stops being something that happens to you and becomes something you know how to do. I'm the quiet Stoic. This week, take one evening alone on purpose. No phone, no noise, and practice being good company for yourself. And if this helped, stay a while. There's more here for the anxious mind.